ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम। जय जय राम। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्राय नमः। अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातन्नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातन्नमामि। ॐ श्री हनुमते नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम्। ॐ श्रीचिन्मयसद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे। ॐ श्री तुलसीदासाय नमः। Hari Om, a warm welcome. Bharata and Shatrughna came to Kaushalya Devi, Mata Kaushalya, seeing Bharata, Kaushalya ji, who was lying down crying in utter distress, she came running and embraced Bharata and told him all what had happened. Pitu ayasa bhushana basana tata taje Raghuvira. Raghuvira, Rama, taking the command from the father, Pitu ayasana, bhushana basana taje. He immediately renounced all the ornaments and everything, robes, all that he gave up. Bisamaya harashuna hridaya kachu pahire balakalachira. He immediately put on the hermit's robe, that is the bark of a tree. He put on the hermit robes and without any sorrow, he just left. And now see how Tulsidasi expresses the heart of Bharata. मुख प्रसन्न मन रंगन रोषु सब कर सब विधि करि परितोषु चले बिपिन सुनि सिय संग लागी रहई न राम चरण अनुरागी सुनत ही लखनु चले उठी साथा रहहि न जतन किए रघुनाथा तब रघुपति सबहि सिरुनाई चले संग सिय अरु लघु भाई राम लखनु सिय बनहि सिधाये गई उन संगन प्राण पठाये यहु सबु भाई न आँखि न आगे तउनत जातनु जीव अभागे मोहिन लाज निज नेहु निहारी राम सरिस सुत मैं महतारी जिये मरे भल भूपति जाना मोर हृदय सत कुलिस समाना कौसल्या के बचन सुनी भरत सहित रनिवारसु व्याकुल बिलपन राजगृह मानहु शोक निवासु. Mukha prasanna, cheerful face. See, when it is said prasanna, cheerful face, the face does not exhibit delight or anger. Mana rangu na roshu. There was no anger in his face. There was no great delight kind of a thing in his face. Cheerful face, meaning he was always like that. Wherever have you seen Bhagavan Sri Ram, any of the deities for that matter, they all have always cheerful face. It is not because of something, it is in spite of everything. That cheerful face is always the same. For us, the photographer have to remind us, please smile. Then we smile. But there, no reason, they are always cheerful. Mukha prasanna. Manarangana roshu, there is no anger, there is no delight. Sabakara sababidhi kari paritoshu. He comforted all others before proceeding, and on the way also, he comforted everybody. Don't worry, don't worry. I am going on my father's command. I will come back, not to worry. Chale bipina suni siya ranga lagi. Hearing this, Sita also followed him. We did not ask her to go. Rahai na Rama charana anuragi, because I cannot stay here without Ramchandraji's feet. I am at his feet. I am devoted completely towards his feet. Therefore, I cannot stay here. Sita also left. Sunata hilakanu chale uthi satha. Lakshmana also, when he heard this, he also sprang up. He said, no, I cannot stay here. I will be with Rama only. I cannot change my stand. Rahahina jatana kiye raghunata. He would definitely go behind Ramchandraji only. Therefore, all of them. Taba Raghupati sabahi sirunai. Rama, he bowed down to everybody around, and then Chale Sangasiya Aru Laghubai. He left, he departed to the woods along with Sita and Lakshmana. Ramu Lakhanu Siya Banahi Sidhaye Gaivuna Sangana Prana Pathaye. Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, they left for the woods. But look at me. I neither could accompany them, nor my soul went along with them. Meaning, I did not part from my body. I am keeping my body here. My soul is all here. So unfortunate that I cannot go with them. Yahu sabu bhai na aankhi na aage. All this, yaha sabu aankhi na aage, in front of my eyes, all these happened. Taunat jatanu jiva abhage. Yet, this wretched body did not leave here and go with them. I would have been so delighted to go with them, leaving my body here, but it did not. Mohina lajani jane hunikari, Rama sarisa suta mein mahatari. I am not even ashamed of my love, which did not go with Rama. Being a mother, I am so, helpless. Jiye mare bhala bhupati jana. The king, Bhupati, he knew how to live and how to die. Till he lived a very beautiful life. And when Rama went, he also died. So he knew how to live and how to die. Mora hridaya satakulisa samana. Whereas my heart is so harsh, it's so hard, it is so adamant, it is neither leaving the body nor able to go with Rama. Kausalya ke bachan suni Bharata sahita ranivasu. Listening to Kausalya's words, Bharata and all the other inmates, Ranivasu of the palace, Vyakula bilapata rajagriha manahu soka nivasu. The whole palace was struck with grief. Manahu soka nivasu, as though it has become the abode of all sorrows of the world. Bilapahi bikala bharata dovu bhai, Kausalya liye hridaya lagai, Bhati aneka bharatu samujhaye, Kahi bibekamaya bachan sunaye, Bharata humatu sakala samujhaye, Kahi purana shruti katha suhaye, छल विहीन सुचि सरल सुबानी, बोले भरत जोरी जुग पानी, जे अघमातु पिता सुत मोरे, गाई गोठ मही सुरपुर जारे, जे अघतिय बालक बध कीन्हे, मीत महीपति माहुर दीने, जे पातक उपपातक अहि, कर्म बचन मन भव कबि कहि, ते पातक मोहि होहु विधाता, जौ यहु होई मोर मत माता, जे परिहरि हरि हर चरण, बजहि भूत गण घोर, तेहि कई गति मोहि देवु विधि, जाओ जननी मत मोर। बिलपहि बिकल भरत दो भाई. Bharata and Shatrughna were highly agitated and they were feeling so bad. They were crying, they were lamenting loudly. Kausalya liye hridaya lagai. When they were crying like that, Mata Kausalya embraced both of them. Bhati aneka bharatu samujhaye. With lot of varieties of ways, she tried to comfort Bharata. Kahi bibekamaya bachana sunaye. And lot of words of wisdom, meaning some words that were brought, from the Shruti, she must have brought and spoke to him. Bharata humatu sakala samujhayi. Bharata also in turn, parasparam bhavayantaha, says Bhagavad Gita. Each other, Bharata also consoled all his other mothers. Kahi Purana Shruti Katha Suhai. Lot of narrations from the legends of the Puranas and Vedas, etc. Chalabihina Satsuchi Sarala Subani. In a very pure, innocent and simple, charming words, Bole Bharata Jori Jugapani, folding both of his hands, Bharata also addressed all of them. Now, from here, you will see Bharata in utter helplessness, in total pain, shattered completely. He speaks these words only to make sure, now please be very attentive, to make sure he had no role to play in this whole sequence. He says, if only it has happened with my consent, then let the results of all kinds of sins, whether I have done it or not done, all the results of all sins, let it come and attack me. See the list of sins he says. Je aghamatu pita sutamore gai gotha mahisura pura jare. He says all the sins that are attached to the murder of one's own mother and father, or even the seer, guru, gai gota mahisura purajare, the act of setting fire to a cowshed, to a village of Brahmanas, what amount of sin one will occur, let all that come to me. Je aghatiya balaka badhakinhe. And those sins that are incurred by slaying, tiya, stri, balaka, child, meeta mahipati mahuradinhe, and by giving poison to a friend or poisoning the king, all those sins. Je pataka, upapataka ahahi. You know, all the kinds of major and minor sins. In the Bible, they call it as cardinal sins. Pataka, upapataka ahahi. Karama bachana mana bhava kabikahahi. In thought, word and deed. Enumerated by all the seers, all the Vedas, etc. Te patakamu hohu bidhata. Let all these sins come to me. Jau yahu hoi mora matamata. Hey mother, if all this has happened, if it is a plot with my consent, with my concurrence, then let all the results of so many sins come to me. Je pari hari hari hara charana bajahi bhuta gana ghora. Those people who are discarding the feet of Hari Hara Charana, the feet of Hari and Hara, Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva, who worship, instead of Lord Shiva, Vishnu and Shiva, who worship the ghosts. Tehi kahi gati mohi dev vidhi jau janani matamora. Let that fate be awarded to me. That providence be awarded to me. That destiny be awarded to me if I had done all this. If I am the cause. With my concurrence, if it has done, hey mother, let all that come to me. And not only that, Bechahi bedu dharamu duhilehi pisuna paraya papa kahi dehi kapati kutila kalaha priya krodhi beda bidushaka biswa birodhi लोभी लंपट लोलुपचारा जेता कहि परिधनु परदारा पावों में तिन कै गति घोरा जौ जननी यहु संपति मोरा जे नहीं साधु संग अनुरागे परमारथ पत विमुख अभागे, जेन बजहि हरि नर तनु पाई, जिनहि न हरिहर सुजसु सोहाई। तजि श्रुति पंथु बाम पथ चलहि, बंचक बिरचि बेश जगुच्छलहि। तिनकै गति मोहि शंकर दोऊ, जननी जौ यहु जानौ भोऊ। मातु भरत के बचन सुनी, सांचे सरल सुभाय। कहति राम प्रिय तात तुम, सदा बचन मन काय। Bharata says, बेचहि बेदु धरमु दुहिलेहि. Let all that share of fate, destiny, papa come to me, of those who sell Vedas and exploit for the sake of money. This is a very, very strong statement. It also indicates those people who sell Vedas and derive money for personal, selfish gratification. This is a very important point. We should not misunderstand here. Who sell Veda also means those teachers who teach Veda for the sake of gaining money. Here there is a small point which we have to understand. Now we have in today's world so many Gurukulas who teach Veda, Vedanta, etc. So many institutions teach. Right, even out in the world they teach, they take Jnana Yajnas like that they take. And then take Guru Dakshina. That is different. That is not a cost. That is not a price. Guru Dakshina is never a cost or a price or a fees. Yatha Shakti, Yatha Priti, whatever they, because they also have to live, you see. That ashram has to go on. Therefore, what they take, that is not considered as sale of Veda. Please be very clear about it. Here it is said, the one who sells Vedas for sense gratifications. They are indicated here. Pisuna paraya papa kahi dehi. And then those who do pisuna paraya, what is it? Backbiting. Those people who do backbiting of other people's sins to others. The sin they incur by backbiting other people's sins to others. Kapati kutila kalaha priya krodhi. The one who is very deceitful. The one, kapati, kutila, who is wicked. And kalaha priya. Kalaha priya is the one who are quarrelsome, who always quarrel with everybody, always find fault with everybody, always pick up somebody, always, offend and defend, that kind of a character who has no peace in their mind and they don't want to give peace to others also. Krodhi, the one who is most of the time angry. Veda Vidushaka Bisva Virodhi, the one who criticizes Vedas. And people, those who are Vishwa Virodhi, anti-social elements. Today we find plenty. And we call them, especially politicians who are doing these jobs. All politicians may not be doing, but definitely quite a lot of people who do. Those people also can be called as Vishwa Virodhi, anti-social people. They cannot be called as leaders. Unfortunately, we call them as leaders. Lobhi lampata lolupachara. Lobhi, the one who is very greedy, who is not at all happy, satisfied. Lampata, very indulgent in pleasures. Lolupachara, the one who is who behave very lusty, passionate, desireful. Jetat kahi paradhanu paradara, the one who even look at cast their eyes in other people's wealth, in somebody else's property, somebody else's wives. Pavau meti na ke gati ghora. Oh mother, If ever, please note this, if ever I am part of this particular scheme which was thrown by Mantara and Kaikeyi, let all those sins come to me. Jau janani yahu sammata mora. If at all it has my sammata, let all of them come. Jena hi sadhu sanga anurage. Again he continues. Those nahi sadhu sanga anurage, who has no love for sadhus, who have no love for sangha, satsanga, etc. Paramartha pata bimukha abhage, who have rejected the path of, scriptures, the path of sadhana, the path of God realization. Jenapad bhajahi harinarantanupai. They who worship Sri Hari, even though blessed in a human form, they who worship Sri Hari for personal gains, selfish gains, lustful, desireful gains, but do not worship Hari for the sake of higher truth. They are also sinful people. Jinahina Harihara Sujasu Sohai, who do not take delight in thinking about Hari, in thinking about Hara, Vishnu and Shiva. Tajishi Panthu Bama Patha Chalahi, who have abandoned the path of sadhana, a path of Vedas, Puranas, etc., and who are working on the contrary, on the opposite way of what the scriptures teach. Banchaka birachi besha jagu chalahi, who are, who deceitful attitude, who deceive others, and assuming false appearances. Like for example, those days all the Maya Shakti were there. They used to bring false appearances for the sake of some pleasure. Tinakai gati mohi sankara devu. May Lord Shiva give me all the fate of all those wretched people who perform all these sins. Let all the fate come to me. If Mother Janani jau yahu jano bevu. In case it had my approval that Rama should go to Vanavas, if it had my approval, let all the results of such horrible sins come to me. Matu Bharat ke bachan suni sache saral subhaya. Hearing Bharata's very, very, truthful, non-articulated, meaning which is pure words of Bharata, Sache Sarala Subhaya, came out with such sincerity towards Mother Kausalya. She said, Kahati Rama Priyatata Tuma. Hey Tata, my child, you have always been Rama Priya. You loved Rama so much. Sada Bachana Manakaya. And in thought, word and deed, you loved Rama so much. Therefore, you need not worry. I know you very well. Rama prana hute prana tumhare. तुम रघुपति प्राण होते प्यारे. विधु विष चवई स्रवई मुआगी. होई बारी चर बारी बिरागी. भये ज्ञानु बरु मिटै न मोहु. तुम राम ही प्रतिकूल न होहु. मत तुम्हार यहु जो जग कहि. सो सपने हूँ सुख सुगति न लहि. अस कही मातु भरतु ही लाये. थन पय स्रवहि नयन जल छाये. करत बिलाप बहुत एहि भांति. बैठे ही बीति गई सब राति. वामदेव वसिष्ठ तब आये. सचिव महाजन सकल बोलाये. मुनि बहु भांति भरत उपदेसे, कहीं परमारथ बचन सुदेसे। तात हृदय धीरजु धरहु, करहु जो अवसर आजू। उठे भरत गुर बचन सुनी, करन कहेउ सबु साजू। राम प्राण हूँ ते प्राण तुम्हारे। Kausalya ji says, hey Rama, Rama is dearer to you than your own life. तुम रघुपति ही प्राण होते प्यारे. And likewise, you are as dearer to Rama as his own life for himself. Bidhu bisha chavai sravai himu agi. The moon may, instead of beautiful rays, the moon may sometimes diffuse poison, and snow, ice may sometimes emit fire. Hoi bari chara bari biragi. An aquatic creature, meaning aquatic means all those creatures which live in water, they may sometimes live out of water also. Bhaye gyanu baru mitai na mohu. And spiritually knowledgeable person can definitely, what do you call it as, exercise activities of delusion. Tuma Rama hi pratikula na ho. But in no case, never will you turn against Rama. Hey Bharata, I know that. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to prove that. Mata tumarayahu jo jaga kahi. Those people, jo jaga kahi, those people who allege that this plot is conceived by you and or with your consent, so sapanehu sukha sugati nalahi. In a manner of cursing, she says, they will never. Those people who say you are in it, they will never attain happiness or salvation, even in their dream. They cannot be happy. Asaka himatu bharatu hiyalaye. So saying, Mother Kaushalya ji again embraced Bharata. Thanapaya sravahi nayana jala chaye. The amount of love, this expression has come earlier also, we have seen. Thanapaya sravati. It is said her love towards Bharata was so much, she embraced Bharata so much, she could not stop tears from her eyes, but at the same time, at that old age, her breasts started milk started oozing out of her breast. That much of love. This is seen in cows. When the calf comes anywhere near, the love of the cow towards the calf is so much that the milk comes out of its udder. Similarly, Tulsi Ji says, milk was coming out of her breast because of the intense love she had for Bharata. And Nayana Jalachaye, her eyes were filled with tears. Karata bilapa bahuta ehi bhati, baithehi bhiti gai saburati. In this way, lamenting the whole night, both of them, Bharata and Shatrughna also along, and Mata Kaushalya ji, they were lamenting, they were crying, and they were also consoling each other. Both were unhappy, both were in distress, but each were consoling each other. When one cries, the other would console that person. When the other cries, this person would console, mother would console the son. Vamadev Vasishtha tab aaye. Sage Vamadeva and Vasishtha ji, both of them came there. Sachiva Mahajana Sakala Bolaye. And with their instructions, the ministers immediately called all the elite people of the city, all the very important people. Elite here meaning important people, not just Dhanavanta. Elite people means all important people of the city. They summoned. Muni bahu bhati bharata upadese kahi paramaratha bachana sudeshe. Vasishta ji, you know, advised Bharata in very many ways. Kahi Paramaratha, speaking to him words related to the wisdom and the appropriate to the occasion. He gave all the wisdom to Bharata. तात हृदय धीरजु धरहु कहूँ जो अवसर आजू. Hey Tata, my dear son, Hridaya Dhiraju Dharahu. Be courageous in your heart. Karahu jo avasaraju. Today you have to do, so many things have to be done. Dasharatha's body is there in that boat filled with oil. Now the Antyakriya has to be done. Therefore, start working towards that. Now the occasion demands some activity, some work. You have to do that today. Uthe Bharata Gurava Janasuni. Immediately Bharata got up. He dropped all the shokamana, etc. Karana karehu, sabu saju, and asked everything to be get ready immediately. And then the ceremonies have to start. Therefore, Bharata got up immediately. Both Bharata and Mata Kaushalya, they consoled themselves. They brought themselves on their feet, and then the work had to start. नृपतनु भेद विदित अनभावा परम विचित्र विमानु भनावा गहि पद भरत मातु सब राखी रही रानी दर्शन अभिलाषी चंदन अगर भार बहु आये अमित अनेक सुगंध सुहाये सरजु तीर रचिचिता बनाई जनु सुरपुर सोपान सुहाई एहि विधि दाह क्रिया सब कीन्ही विधिवत नाई तिलांजुलि दीन्ही सोदि सुमृति सब वेद पुराना कीन भरत दस गात विधाना जहाँ जस मुनि बर आय सुदीना तहाँ तस सहस भांति सब कीना भये विशुद्ध दिए सब दाना धेनु बाजी गज वाहन नाना सिंहासन भूषण बसन अन्न धरनि धन धाम दिए बरत लहि भूमि सुर भे परिपूरन काम पितुहित भरत कीन्ही जसि करनी सोमुख लाख जाई नहीं भरनी सुदिनु सोधि मुनि बर तब आये सचिव महाजन सकल बुलाई. The topic ends here. Therefore, those 4 lines we have taken together. Nripatanu Veda Vidita Anabhava. According to the Vedic rites, Bharata Shatrugna got the king's body washed, removing it from that medicated oil. As a preventive measure, it was kept there. The oil was removed and all the rites were performed according to the Veda. Parama Vichitra Bhimanu Bhanava. And very, very beautiful, carriage, they call it actually. There is no right word in English for that actually. In the Christians and all, we say coffin, that box where the body is put and carried. Even in the Islam, they have a particular way. But in Sanatana Dharma, we don't have a particular word. But that particular carriage of the body, very beautifully it was decorated for the final rites. Gahi pada bharata matu sab rakhi. Bharata, now he has to do all the Antyakriya. Therefore, he went and fell at the feet of all the mothers. And Bharata prevented them from coming to the coming for the funeral. They were wanting to come and get into the fire like Sati, this one. Please note, nowhere in our Shastras this sati is encouraged, is pronounced. Nowhere in our Shastras. Later it came into picture and again it has gone. People would go and jump into that fire and die. Young women and all would die in the name of sati. Please note, in the Vedas, those practices are not prescribed. However, when all the mothers was wanting to go and take up to sati, Bharata fell at their feet and asked them to not come. He prevented them by saying, see, when Rama comes, he will want to see all of you. Don't you want to see Rama when he comes back after 14 years? So please be alive. Like that he convinced them. Rahi Rani Dasarana Abhilashi. And then after Bharata said that, they all stayed back for the sake of seeing Rama. Darasana Abhilashi, to see Rama's darshan. Chandana Garbhara Bahuaye Amita Neka Sugandha Suhaye. Chandana, huge loads and loads of sandalwood came, and all other very aromatic herbs, etc. Very which would give lot of good fragrance. All those were, in various varieties, all of them came. Sarajuti Rarachichita Banai. And with all of them, all the workers and everybody, the sevaks and security people, guards, etc., all of them very beautifully made a very wonderful place for that, ceremony. And it was, at the bank of Sarayu river when they did that, Janusura Parasopana Suhai. It looked as though there was a ladder which was put for Dasharatha to climb and go to Surapura, towards the heaven. To that extent it was piled up and then it was made ready. Ehi bididah kriya sabakina. In this way, all the rites, ceremonies went through, and then the funeral was lit, and then everybody, after the ceremony, everybody bathed and all the regular things were being done. Vidhivat naha itila juladini. Vidhivat, they all took bath after the cremation was over, and then tilanjali. Tilanjali means, til. We know til. And then with some annam also made, like how they do shraddha karma, all those were being done. Sodhi samridhita babeda purana. And after gaining the knowledge from all the Shrutis, because all the Veda, Vaidika people were all there, so according to their instructions, according to Vedas and Puranas, Kinhi Bharata Dasagata Vidana, Bharata performed all those rites for 10 full days. Dashagata means 10 days. Those ceremonies we all do whenever somebody passes in our home. All that were being done. Jaha Jasamuni Bara Aya Sudinha. Whatever orders Vasishtaji gave to Bharata that it has to be done at particular intervals, at particular points, Tahata Sasahasa Bhati Sabukinha. Bharata carried out. If he said you give one coconut there, he would give 1,000 coconut. Like that, everything he did in multi ways. Bhaye Bisuddhadiye Sabadana. He bestowed lot of gifts, dana, to everybody for attaining purity. Dhenu Bajij Gajabahananana. He even gave cows, Dhenu, Baji, Gaja, cows, horses, elephants, everything. Everything he did dana to everyone. Singhasana Bhushana Basana Annadharani Dhanadhama. Singhasana, lot of thrones were also given. Throne in the sense, physical thrones, not the main throne. Remember, so furniture, etc. We may understand in our ways. Bhushana, lot of ornaments. Basana, lot of costumes, silk dresses, etc., etc. Anna, food grains. Dharani, lands. Dhana, wealth. Dhama, houses. Everything were given in dana. Diye bharatalahi bhumi sura. And Brahmanas were given all their desires also. Those days Brahmanas were different. They are not like these days Brahmanas. When you say you ask your desire, they'll ask one big list. No, 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 no. They will ask only what is required. Not more than that. Bhe paripurana kama. By that, paripurana kama, he fulfilled everybody's desire. And concluding for today, पितुहित भरन कीन्हि जसि करनी सो मुख लाख जाई नहीं बरनी. These two lines we read of the 171st Chaupai, with that particular sequence get concluded. Whatever rites Bharata had to perform for the benefit of the father, Pituhita Bharata Keenhi Jasa Karani, whatever had to be given, he did that. So mukhala kajai nahi barani. 100,000 tongues is not enough to praise the way he performed all those rites and ceremonies. And then what happened? After some days, once everything settled down, Sudinu Sodhi Muni Bharatab Aaye. On a particular auspicious day, the great sage Vasishta came. Sachiva Mahajana Sakala Bolaye. And then Mahajana and Sachiva, all of them were summoned to the Darbar hall. Then comes the most beautiful prasanga in Ramayan. How beautifully Bharata speaks in that Darbar is something which is fantastic. Is something which is inexplicable but need to be explained what to do. This we will take up tomorrow. Siyavar Ramachandra ki jai, Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki jai, उमापति महादेव की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय.